from the first moment we declared that this operation was not directed to the civilians. But I can confirm and assure again and again that there was no command to kill any civilians.
How do you justify killing people as they sleep? Families. How do you justify killing hundreds of people?
I want to stop this interview. I want to stop this interview.
And the coward walks away, because that's what cowards do. They run. Florida Congressman Cory Mills is on the House Armed Services Committee, and he joins us here on the set tonight. Sir, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. I want to start with, I think the most important thing is the risk of what happens here of escalation. Iran's been throwing out a lot of warnings. A week ago, they said time's up. Obviously, that was nonsense. Israel continued to do what it does, but they go in on the ground here. The fear, I guess, for Americans is that we could get pulled into something if Iran goes right at Israel.
Well, I mean, look, you had it right a few moments ago when you talked about the axis of evils.
Yeah.
I've been writing about this for almost 7.5 years, where I talked about the China, Russia, Iran, North Korea geopolitical alignment. We have to acknowledge the fact that what China really wants to do is draw us into another never-ending war. They want to see us come in, drain our actual military assets, look at how we can actually continue to spend with an uneconomic, proficiency, and then draw us into the quagmire. While they expand out the Belt and Road Initiative, taking and expanding Eurasia, Africa, Oceania, cutting off Western Hemisphere supply chains, and then taking their economic coercion into Panama and Honduras to cut off the Panama Canal there, while using their relationship to Russia to have the Chavez of Venezuela, Pedro of Colombia. There's a 400 football field large satellite in Venezuela that the president isn't even discussing, or the 92 miles off our coast partnership between China and Cuba for a spy and military training installation. We have to acknowledge that China is leading this, and Iran is the biggest state sponsor of terror. They have Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon, who is pushing Hezbollah, Kataib and also Hashd al-Shabi in Iraq, the Houthis in Yemen, and Hamas right there in Israel. They are the actual ones who are leading this with the funding of China, and the president wouldn't even draw the link to say that Iran was responsible.
And you think that, so you're saying that China and Iran, does China have money in this as well?
Absolutely, they do.
So the money goes from China to Iran and then to all these
Well, think
factions.
about it. It's not just the $6 billion that Biden unfroze, which is fungible assets.
Right.
They're looking to actually make record funding on their oil revenue right now. Last year, $30+ billion. Year before that, bigger than it's ever been before, but it's quote-unquote sanctioned. Where do you think that actual oil is being refined? It's being refined in China, put into Chinese vessels that are being shipped to Venezuela, and then what does the Americans do? We buy from Venezuela. We have been funding our adversaries and becoming completely dependent upon them for supply chain and resource, as opposed to saying that China is, in fact, an adversary. We're calling them competition.
Yeah. But you know what? The good news is that Venezuelan oil doesn't hurt the environment. We had to go buy it there because we can't burn our own. Right?
It only hurts our actual sovereignty. It only our energy security. I mean, look, right now, what America wants to see and needs to see. And again, I was a political advisor for a while on geopolitics. I was under the Trump administration. I was a SecDef advisor. We need to secure our borders. We need to get back to energy dominance. We need to ensure that we stop the cash diplomacy for U.S. aid that's going to countries that hate us. We need to start taking care of our military veterans and our actual military itself to strengthen ourselves and look at the weakness that invites aggression under the Biden administration and start coming back to the Trump policies.
We're doing everything wrong, and the world is eating our lunch, and we asked for it. We've asked for it with policy over the last, 20, 30 years. We've just made so many mistakes. It's so embarrassing. I wanted to bring you on because earlier this month, you rescued 32 Americans in Israel. We have some pictures here we can show. This morning, you welcomed many of them back home at JFK Airport. This is such an incredible story, and we've seen a lot of great heroism the last couple of weeks. Talk about all of this.
So we've now got, just today, we had 159 Americans that we got out of Tel Aviv and out of different parts of Israel. While I was over there, I was personally on recovery missions and evac missions that were done from ground evacuations of over 77 Americans. We've done 96 Americans through ground evacuations, 159 through the recent evacuation. The bottom line is if Joe Biden's unwilling to do his job, I'll step up and do it for him. The same way I did in 2021 when I conducted the very first successful overland rescue of Americans out of Afghanistan with a mother and 3 children who were being abandoned. These are born and raised Amarillo, Texas natives from Congressman Ronnie Jackson's district that I went over and took 11 days to get them out. And the Biden administration has worked against this every step of the way.
Amazing, amazing stuff. Sir, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you. Thanks,
Rob.